Hey everyone, welcome to Moms and Wine. I'm Vanessa.
And I'm Pamela. Thank you for joining us. Cheers to you.
Cheers.
This is now what we're 4, 5, 6, this is some episode of ours now. The math is bad, but like I've always said, like the kids make you stupid. Hold on.
Yes.
I feel like I needed that because it's been one of those days.
So that is not a wine. It is
what is
actually an iced tea, really refreshing
It's
for
really
summer.
good.
It is a raspberry and agave tea.
Brand? Or do you remember?
I don't remember, but it was
Okay,
so good.
you're gonna have to tell me later.
Yeah.
And I'll Instagram this, but this is really actually
What is
good.
this?
I'm just totally mental. So this is actually Owl's Brew, which is a friend of mine who combines alcohol and tea in some of her concoctions, but this is one of her Robia's teas.
That's not nice.
That's
You
not
just
nice.
gave me-
I just gave her the tea
just gave me
portion
tea,
without the
where's the
alcohol
alcohol?
portion, but Owl's Brew, really, really cool. One of my favorite new tea companies. So
They're delish.
so I was driving here to your store, and I was just thinking about like toddlers, tech. I had a whole conversation recently with my mother-in-law because I'm about to get a new car, and everybody's telling me, my mother-in-law, my husband, like, you know, get the car with the TVs so that, you know, you'll have the kid. If you need it, it's there. If you don't want to use it, you don't have to use it. So my daughter Ilana is now 3. My son David's about to be 2, and I am very anti-tech and toddlers because I feel like everybody and their little children are like knowing what to do with their phones, and I get that they're growing up different than we were.
Yeah.
But I know you're like
Yeah,
get to the point. So basically,
No, it's a different world.
it is a different world. But I guess my thing is like I don't want to put it even. I don't even want it to be an option in the car because I want them to like right now they're 3 and 2, and we drive and I'm like, hey Ilanachka, and like, you know, посмотри, in Russian, like, you know, посмотри на дерево, look at the trees, look at the colors, like tell me what you see, and I feel like we're engaging in a different way, or they just chill and do nothing. Like I'm really a big fan of like the do nothing, not necessarily always have to be engaged.
Yeah.
So I try to keep them away from, not away from tech, but limit the tech. And so with the car, I'm really hesitant about
TV
getting
too?
TVs in the
At
car.
home?
TVs at home.
I mean, I know you
Not,
have, I know you
yeah,
have a
we
TV
have
at home.
we have a TV at home. I actually don't even have one in my bedroom because I always say like the bedroom is for sleeping or not. So I don't have a TV even in my bedroom. My kids, I would say not every day, but at the most maybe a half an hour a day. At the most, yeah, that would probably be it. Between like a phone if they're eating and I want them to eat faster. But even that I've limited. But yeah, so I'm very much on the spectrum of as little as possible right now. Because they're around it all the time, and I know you feel.
No, I don't
completely
feel completely different. It's not like I want to give my kids technology
Yeah.
and send them on their way at birth. But there are a few things, like when we've talked many times in the
Yeah.
past about traveling, and when I travel, I feel like it's a necessity. You know, starting at about 3 years old, you know, those airplane rides, I always had to have it on hand just in case. I'm not gonna like say, you know, look out your window for 6 hours.
No.
because that's a long time to be.
But like, okay,
you're on short car rides.
But when you
know?
travel with your, I don't know, when did you start flying with your?
6 months with my son and 3 months with my daughter.
No, when you like, when did you first fly with your parents? Like
I think like 3 years old.
3. Okay, so about the
Yeah.
same thing. So what did they do with you? I mean, do you even recall? Like,
I think it was just more difficult. Like I think that I think there were
coloring
more
books,
streamers.
like, right?
Yeah, I can tell you the one annoying thing about toys on an airplane.
Yeah.
Is that they fall on the floor. Like the crayons are falling off. You hit like a little bit of turbulence, and now you're like crawling under
Now
people's
you're
seats, like
trying to
looking
get it
for
everywhere.
crayons. Exactly. So I had that, and there are some toys. I mean, some apps and things that I think are pretty educational
Yeah.
for those times. And few and far between. Like I'm not giving my kid an iPad and saying like
Like,
go along
go
your
run along
way.
your
You know,
way,
like
yeah.
that's what we're doing today. Like that's our activity. Like I spend as much time with my kids as possible.
do you have it in the car? Do you have?
So it's interesting you should ask that because we just got a new car.
Yeah.
So now my son, I didn't forward face my son in the car seat until he was 3 years old. And at 3 I forward faced him, and at about 4 we got a new car, a little over 4, and that car has the TVs.
Okay.
So my daughter can't see it because she's rear facing, obviously, and my son can see it now.
And he's almost 5.
Yeah,
He's
but
almost 5. So it's a different.
But like, listen, we're going to school in the mornings. We're not watching TV on a car.
But maybe
school,
like
or,
5 is a little bit like I have a 2 and a 3.
Yeah.
Like I just like a lot of my friends had kids like a little bit more than like earlier than I did. So by the time they were 1, I was like getting pregnant.
Yeah.
Or, like, so, but I would see like a 1.5-year-old and they already knew everything to do.
They do.
And so my whole thing is like if you give a child whether it's a tech
Yeah.
or something, they just get used to whatever they get used to, right?
Yeah.
Like if you start giving them Coca-Cola at 6 months, well, don't be surprised if they want Coca-Cola. Like, don't go like a friend of mine has a story. Don't go to your gastroenterologist and say like, okay, well my kid only wants Coca-Cola. Well, you just gave them.
Like, they didn't even know about it,
Right.
right.
So my thing with like constant distractions, especially tech distractions, is if I give it to them, they're just gonna want it more.
Yeah.
That's sort of like my
But there's
thing.
this other thing. So like, you know, I don't listen. I'm not saying like again to give a baby like technology, But at some point, I feel like I have to give it to my kids because other kids are learning about it, and they live in a tech world. So I don't want to send my kid to like elementary school and they're like, I don't know how to swipe on like a basic a device.
That's usually what my husband
will
say.
So you don't want them to be behind, but you also don't want them to be too ahead of
I feel like this is like another one of those places where I'm like, you're other crosswords as a mom. You're like, what do you do? Like, what's the right way? And it's one of those things like your mom actually can't give you advice on this because they didn't have this. Like we didn't grow up with that. Like I mean, I remember when beepers came out. I think I was.
My parents used to be like, you're not getting a beeper. Beepers are for drug dealers.
Oh my god, that's true. But beepers are for drug dealers. I was like, oh my god. And then the cell phone came out, right? So it's like a completely different ballgame. And
the Zach Morris cell phone. Do you remember how big that was? Like
massive. My father's first cell phone was probably the length of my arm.
We used to call it the Zach Morris cell phone,
right? Because he would pull it out and be like, who is he talking to? Is he talking to God? Who is he talking? So yeah, so I'm at a place right now where I get that she's 3 and she needs more because I don't want her to be like held, sort of like
3. I mean, you're not going to be doing your child damage if they're 3 years old.
You were saying like ABC Mouse, that's like an awesome tool, and I know a lot of my friends use it. And I've been using
PBS Kids, great. Like I think
there are good programs.
Also, sometimes I let them watch shows that are not like my son loves Full House, and now we've been watching Fuller House together.
Fuller House is amazing.
So he really likes to watch it, and I love being able to share something from my childhood with him. I just love that connection, and it's wholesome, family.
Yeah, no, that's actually a great show.
Not like for the car all day long and things like that, but a little bit in moderation I think is kind of important.
What about when they eat?
Oh, no. There are no devices happening at restaurants.
What about at home? Like, okay, so for example, like they're having a picky moment, they don't want to eat, whatever. Like, do you want to distract them?
We eat our meals together, and eating is for eating.
Jealous.
Eating is not for.
I don't have.
We do the best we can do. Listen, it's not like if you came to my house, there is mayhem, there is chaos. It's just like every other home. Yeah. But we try our best to eat our meals together, and I don't let them like play with toys or watch TV
while they're eating.
There is sometimes I'll give my son like after dinner we'll have like we call it like a snack party. And like on a snack tray in front of the TV, but like the whole idea is that's like a very special thing, like once a month, and I'll bring him like grapes, and
I've done
things like that. But that's like a very special thing that he looks forward to because it does not
as opposed to like a regular.
Yeah, like that's not
My thing is like one time while I was on vacation, I love my mom and my mother-in-law, but like I get it, like. The kids, they're very young and they were close in age, and like not everybody wanted to eat, so they whipped out the phone, and like now not all the time, but like more regularly than before, they will ask to watch a show. And I get it, like it's really important for them to eat, but I'm always like, let's try to do it. Let's like last resort as much as at least as possible. But I am introducing like ABC Mouse and like some of the PBC shows, and just trying to like teach them that it's like what to watch and to limit it.
Right. I think everything in moderation. I think we've talked about that on so many different occasions. Like, what's right for you may not be right for somebody else. But I think if you limit it and you give things in moderation, they'll be okay. Because it's hard. Like sometimes I'm trying to dry my hair. I need to get ready. We have someplace to be.
Yeah,
and my child is having a breakdown, and I'm like, you know what? If I just give them that iPad for 10 minutes, I can get
it's just the
done.
tool. So
not every day, not all the time, but in moderation, and you do the best you can do.
We're getting a car very soon, so I will keep you posted as to whether I do give in. And I'm taking everybody's advice, so leave a comment below. Speaking of advice and balancing and traveling. Show and tell today.
Yes.
Okay, so this is what keeps me sane. So this is like the mother load schedule pattern. I've actually, you can personalize it. It's from Erin Condren. It says the Tenenbaum family. That's actually my real last name. And it says, oh, what a weekend. That's actually a picture of me and my husband, because I always say I love him more than the kids, so he belongs here. Even though he doesn't look at this, but that's a whole separate thing.
It says the family.
The family, but it's just me. Yeah.
Yes.
So, and then I have space, so I actually write down what all the kids eat. Like, if I'm not going to be there, like, I write down everything they eat, where we're going, if we have appointments, like birthday parties. And then I've gotten a little bit more crazy, so I have her, like, coloring pencils, and each color. So I'm not very organized, so I try my best to get as many tools as possible.
This seems pretty organized.
No, but it's, you know what I mean? I have to get as many tools as possible to stay organized. So I've actually labeled each color. So like, this is urgent, this is home, this is just for Pamela, like gym or whatever. Like, this is the work, this is the blog, this is like Moms and Whine. And so I label everything. This goes, and whatever is like for the family goes on this, and then I have a slightly smaller version of this on my office.
So let me ask you a question. So now you filled this out.
Yes.
If you're not at home and you need to know, do you take a picture of this and keep it on your phone?
No, this is for when I'm not there for everybody else.
Got it.
Like, I know what's going on. It's everybody else.
I never know what's going on. That's why I need it to live in my phone. Like, I would take a photo of this every week and have this live in my phone.
I need it on paper. I'm a post-it paper girl, so like the phone calendar doesn't do it for me.
Really?
Yeah.
I need to be reminded. Like, you need to be somewhere in 10 minutes. You better hurry because you didn't even realize you had to be there.
So this is in my kitchen. What's in your kitchen, or what's in your bedroom? What are you gonna
No, it's not in my kitchen or my bedroom.
No?
It's in my baby's room.
Oh my god.
This is about as techy as it gets for kids.
Okay, let's
well, not
do
for
it.
kids, for
We're gonna
babies.
move. We need room for
So,
this. Okay.
you can't see my face. Hello.
Hi.
Okay. So, this is by Mamas and Papas, one of my favorite brands, and it is called the Galaxy Mobile. And the best way to describe this inappropriately is it's like crack for babies.
Oh, fantastic.
Yes,
We're promoting that.
yes. No, it keeps them entertained the entire time they wake up in the crib. So my son and actually my daughter as well would wake up in their crib and spend an hour in there after they wake up, completely content, playing, hanging out, discovering the music.
This
you
is
press the
kind of
buttons.
like the Rolls Royce of mobile.
That's
right?
what I call it. That's exactly what I call it. I call it the Rolls Royce of mobile. That's so
We're getting
funny.
it. We're getting
it. It plays music. It plays different songs. There are different cards that can go in it. The mobile moves, and also obviously as your baby gets bigger, this comes off completely. You can take this off. You can also take this off.
And this can be just taken off later.
And it can go onto the floor.
So you're getting actually a lot of use out of it.
A lot of use out of it in the
Long-term.
beginning. And it's just functional. You see a lot of these mobiles now that are just like strings hanging.
Right.
And that's great. I'm sure it looks really cute in the
cute.
professional
Yeah.
photos you've taken of your nursery. But at the end of the day, your baby doesn't care.
Yeah, so that's fun and it's
Yeah.
useful, so it's great. It's
Exactly.
just you keep using it. So can I find out about other useful gadgets on your website?
Yes. So you can obviously always visit Nestle Baby,
Yeah.
but for me, you can just check me out at the Nestle on Instagram or Snapchat. And I'm at VanessaAntonelli.com.
And I'm at Pamela Peckerman on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And you should also check me out at piecesofpam.com, where I'll tell you how I'm so disorganized and what I will do to try and get more organized. And also, we have our account on Instagram at Moms and Whine, spelled WHINE, which at this point, if you don't know, you need to drink maybe a little bit less wine. I'm Pamela.
I'm Vanessa.
This is Vanessa, and you've been watching Moms and Whine. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers.